Calling to order the regular meeting of the Wheeling Plan Commission for Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Riles.
Here.
Commissioner Meyer is absent with previous notice. Commissioner Casper.
Present.
Commissioner Sprague is here. Commissioner Smart.
Here.
Commissioner Heiken.
Here.
Chairman Johnson.
Here. Any changes to the agenda this evening?
No changes.
And obviously no citizens' concerns and comments. And we have no consent items. So we go right into our items for review with docket number PSP MIN 24-0031. Request for minor building appearance approval to permit changes to existing building facade and loading docks for Estes Express at 1100 Chaddick Drive. This is nice.
Yeah, so the petitioner is not here, so I will give a brief description. 1100 Chaddick Drive, Estes Trucking, or Estes Express has moved in here, and they want to make some changes to the appearance of the building. And so first there's an office, and it has a brick facade currently, and there's two office portions, and they are attached to a loading dock, a very long loading dock that you can see in this aerial. It's the long loading dock. And then there's two office buildings. Oops. So they would like to paint. This is existing. So they would like to paint the office buildings, the brick, the top, a morning fog color. So light gray and then dark gray on the bottom. So even half and half. And then on the docks, they want to put a, hold on.
Yeah, what'd they call it?
I thought they would be here. There's some sort of material, I don't know, is it a composite material or a metal on the top part?
Light gray vertical metal siding.
A vertical metal siding. So that's what's going to go up top here. Nothing is going to be painted on the loading docks, per my conversations with them. And that's pretty much all they're doing. I think we had a condition that the existing bollards on the site shall be refreshed with yellow paint. I think, oh, yeah, there they are. Just a bunch of bollards out there that looked really worn. That was that.
Anything about the parking lot itself? Do you know if they're planning on resealing it or anything?
Not that we know of, probably after they get going more. I'm not 100, are they the property owner? What did we say?
Could add that condition.
If they're not the property owner, we can't, that'll come through as a,
It says Estes Express is the property owner.
I did say it was property owner. Not sure, I mean, if they're the property owner, Mallory, we can, that's kind of a big thing to say, like
Yeah.
redo it. We could say they could evaluate it maybe.
Yeah.
Right, because they're really just coming to us for the building itself,
Right.
and
It's
not
not
the
really the
entire
site
site.
plan. And usually if it's when they go through the business license process, our property maintenance division goes out there, and if there are issues, and so does engineering, and if there are issues with the pavement that they find are not satisfactory, then they do have to bring those up. So if it's just cosmetically, it doesn't look good, we really can't say anything, but if it is something that needs to be taken care of, but for an engineering or property maintenance.
Yeah, because it looks like the concrete around these bollards really needs work,
Right.
but okay.
So I think we probably should leave it up to them for those kind of things.
But we can note it in, not as a condition, but just
Yeah, we could,
like a recommendation.
yeah, we could put, see if I can,
However you want to word that.
I can just say recommend
Evaluating.
Evaluation.
or, I don't know how to spell recommend. Evaluation of the parking lot.
Yeah. And I don't know
And-
what this concrete is.
And concrete areas around bollards. So recommend evaluation of the parking lot and concrete areas around the bollards.
Good.
So then they'll get this when they get their notice tomorrow, if this gets approval.
All right, does anyone have any questions on this, down this end? That end?
I'm looking at the concrete here. And it helped me out, I don't know. Initially, it looked like it was like cracks,
Yeah.
but now I think I'm looking a little bit closer. It looks like it's kind of like designed like that.
Well, it almost looked like there's 3 circles right by the bollards. I don't know if.
I have a
they've got
hard time believing that.
something underneath there, but,
This is all yellow painted too, so
Yeah,
it's not
I mean, they need to
driving.
do something, yeah, but I think it's kind of like designed like that. The particular circles and the patterns that is laid out.
Oh, yeah, because you can see the grass growing up,
Right.
so.
Initially, I thought it was just cracked, concrete or whatever, but now looking at it a little bit closer, to me, it looks like it's a, pattern design with maybe some gravel in between each particular circle or design. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
they can clean up, obviously, the weeds growing between, and I don't know if it's, concrete or whatever, but they can paint the yellow part. But it doesn't look like to me that it's like a bunch of just a cracked whole layer of concrete. It looks like it's a pattern design that purposely like that, to me.
Well, we'll leave that as a recommendation for them to check it out. And,
Okay,
okay,
sounds
so,
good.
any other questions? I didn't have anything.
And if someone's not comfortable with this because the petitioner's not here, you can always table it,
Yeah, continue it if you want it.
or continue, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a need for it.
No.
So, with that in mind, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Riles and Smart. Commissioner Riles.
It wasn't me.
him.
It wasn't him. I think it was.
It was
Heike.
Heike.
Hyken and Smart.
The COVID still got your ears. plugged
Yep.
up.
Commissioner Hyken.
Yes.
Commissioner Smart. Commissioner Riles.
Yes.
Commissioner Casper.
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Chairman Johnson.
Yes. Okay. So we can move on to docket PSU 24-0016, request for special use approval to permit a recreation and instruction facility for Solexian Language School at 1400 South Wolf Road, Suite 400. Mr. Secretary?
Solexian Language School, 1400 South Wolf Road, Suite 400, Wheeling. Leasee is seeking special use approval pursuant to Title 19 zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code, Chapter 19.10, use regulations and associated sections in order to permit a recreation and instruction facility located at 1400 South Wolf Road, Suite 400, which is zoned I-1 Light Industrial and Office. A special use is defined in the zoning code as a use of parcel of land that requires review and consideration before approval due to the potential for negative impacts on surrounding properties. In order to be considered for a special use, the petitioner is required to demonstrate through testimony to the Plan Commission at a public hearing that the request meets the standards of the village code, including but not limited to how the proposed use will not damage the enjoyment or use of the surrounding properties. Prior to the public hearing, the petitioner provides written statements meant to show that the request meets the standards for a special use established in Title 19. The commission chairperson will typically direct that these statements be entered in the record without a full reading of them at the hearing. Based upon the testimony supporting materials submitted, the Plan Commission will make findings in support of or against the petitioner's testimony and report those findings to the village board.
Thank you. Ms. Nyes? Anything?
Just that. It's a proposed school, well, because it's not like a state tax-funded school, it comes through as a recreation and instruction center because tutoring falls under that category. So that's why it's not considered a school, and it falls under this category. Either way, I think they all require special uses. But the petitioner's here, so I think we'll let him do the presentation.
Come up. It's a public hearing, so I have to swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're giving tonight to be the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
And state your name and business address for the record.
My name is Leon Linton. Business address is 1400 South Wolf Road, Suite 400, Wheeling, Illinois, 60090.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your project.
Well, we are a State of Illinois Board of Higher Education approved English as a second language training and tutoring facility.
Raise the microphone up a little bit for our vast audience at home.
Is it better?
Yes.
Great. Solexian is the State of Illinois Board of Higher Education approved school for teaching English as a second language to adults. We are nationally accredited by the Commission on English as a Second Language programs, and we are certified by the Department of Homeland Security to accept non-immigrant students, visa students. We're looking to recreate the business of former Solex College, which was a staple for Wheeling, Illinois for 23 years, in a smaller facility, and hopefully will grow into the size that Solex used to be. So that's the goal of creating the space and the goal of locating it in Wheeling, because we love Wheeling. We used to be there for many years, and you know the students love us, and that's how this all came to fruition.
All right, thank you. Obviously, we have no public to make comments. So let's start with Commissioner Heiken. Any questions?
First of all, thank you for doing what you do. It's very important in this community. Kudos to you. I have no questions other than wish you luck.
Thank you so much. We need it.
Commissioner Smart.
I echo that. Thank you very much for being here and for doing what you do. I do have one question. You're aware of the hold harmless agreement, right?
Yes.
It's being requested, and you
Yes,
understand.
very
and
much
you're good
so.
with
Yes, and I signed it, and our attorney looked it over. It is in the hands of the ownership, and they also consented to it. They just need to sign it.
Very good.
And with them, it's taking a little longer. So, but it will be signed, I guarantee.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening.
Good evening.
I noticed the landscaping around the building is pretty ratty. Do you have any plans to freshen or clean any of that up?
This wasn't the plan because we don't own the building. We just lease the space in it.
Okay.
What we may do is request some trimming of the trees that are blocking the view. So, but that's also landlord's duty.
Right.
I think I struck a very good relationships with the landlord, and I hope they will do it.
Yeah, that'd be
As far
great.
as far as landscaping, you mean cleaning up or cutting the grass or doing parking striping or blacktopping?
A lot of the bushes along the buildings are overgrown, growing out into the parking lots.
Okay,
They need to be trimmed back or taken out or something.
okay. I will deliver your comment to the
Great.
landlord.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for making this comment.
The other question I have is, I know on your floor plan, it doesn't show any bathrooms, but in your letter, your description letter, it said that there's bathrooms outside of the suite.
Correct. They're in the common area. They're located right outside of the
front door, which is on the left side, looking at the
So
scheme.
they're,
Very close by, so the next
Okay.
door over, it's a set of bathrooms.
Great.
And they're adequate.
okay, thank you. That's all I have.
All right, Commissioner Casper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any questions, just a comment. I'm a longtime resident of Wheeling, and I speak frequently to people to tell them how much I enjoy the fact that Wheeling is such a diverse community. And I think your plan fits in perfectly with diversity and inclusion. And I applaud you for taking this on, and I'm sure you're going to be very successful. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner Riles.
Thank you. I don't have any questions, but I do want to say thank you for being a part of the community and what you're doing and trying to improve the quality of life, so to speak, for the residents here in Wheeling and those coming to Wheeling. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I just had a question. Is the floor plan we're seeing here, is that existing now?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
it's a secondary use space. We didn't do any build-outs or anything.
Okay. All right, if there are no other questions, Marcy, would you read the conditions?
Yes, number one, only those proposed uses outlined in the project description letter prepared by Leon E. Linton dated 7/31/2024 shall be permitted at the subject property. Such uses include a training/tutoring facility and associated office space. Number two, the petitioner shall sign and adhere to the stipulations of the release, hold harmless, and indemnification agreement prepared by the Village of Wheeling. And number three, fire alarm devices will be required in the conference room and classrooms if not already installed. The petitioner shall obtain a permit from the Community Development Department prior to installation.
The fire devices are installed, and I provided the pictures of them.
Okay,
Okay.
great. All right, how about a motion to approve?
So moved.
Hyken and Casper. Commissioner Hyken,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes?
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes.
So you will go to the board. I will let you know. I'm not sure of the
Still
date.
have to go to the village board.
Yes, you have to go to the village board, but do you have your business license application in?
Yes.
You do? Okay. So,
This was a condition for me to
okay.
move
Yeah,
it.
so I'll make sure that that's getting processed, and I'll check on that fire alarm. Make sure that the fire department has that information.
The building is fully outfitted with all
Yeah.
of that, so it's a secondary use space, so it's all
Okay,
there.
yeah, I was wondering about that. Okay, I'll check with them. So, yeah, I will send you a letter, or email you a letter tomorrow, and I'll have the date tomorrow figured out.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
Well, I would like to thank you all. Thank you for, I was expected to be grilled. And
that tough.
somebody from the general public just do this. Apparently not. So thank you for that, and thank you for your kind
We're
words.
happy that you showed up. Because we were wondering what we're going to do if the petition doesn't show
And
up.
I also want to thank Marcy for being very prompt and very to the point with her emails. It's like a knife. So it's a joy and a pleasure to be working with you, and I hope that Solexian will take off and bring many, many, many foreign residents to Wheeling and educate the local public. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I go now?
Yes.
Yes, you can. And we need a motion to close PSU 240016.
So moved.
Second.
Smart and Hyken. Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Commissioner Hyken,
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right, approval of minutes of the regular meeting of July 24th, 2024, and August 14th, 2024, including the findings of fact for docket numbers PSU 24-011, PD 24-0008, PD 24-0009, PRZ 24-0002, And PPUD 23005. I believe there were some
Yeah.
corrections made
Yep, as amended.
as amended. So,
So moved.
Second.
Sprague, Casper. Commissioner Sprague is yes. Commissioner Casper?
Yes?
Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Commissioner Smart?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
yes. Other business. Ms. Nyes, what do we got coming up?
We have a couple public meetings or public hearings next week. One of them is for Moretti's, and we'll also see their, I guess it's their building appearance approval. So they're making some changes to the outside of the old City Works building. And then just to add a sign, they'll need a variation. And there's a couple other ones on there. It shouldn't be too many.
They're fairly minor
Yeah,
public hearings, as I recall.
yeah. That, I think, is the biggest news around town.
Okay, and the former gas station at the gas and
Yes.
wash site has been demolished?
Yes. Yes, so the gas station, the old structure's been taken down, but, you know, that's as far as it'll go at this point. They still need to come back for final PUD and final plat approval before they'll move forward.
All right. With that, anybody else have any?
Nothing
other
from me.
business? Nothing down there?
I have a question. Is
Sure.
there any news about what might be going in or being done with the hotel that recently closed up by the airport on Milwaukee Avenue, south of Hints? I think it was a Ramada Inn, or that's what it was, and then it was.
Probably been a few things over the years, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I have not heard.
Okay.
Is that technically Wheeling there? Because it
I think
was like
that's
a,
Prospect Heights.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's, that one's
Well,
like right on the
No,
border.
well, I'm not sure which one exactly. The one that's just west of, like, the Korean Cultural Center, that one's in, but the one, I think, just to the southeast is out, or,
Because I know
So-
sometimes the restaurant would use a Wheeling address and other times
Nah.
it'd be a
is this
Prospect Heights
the one
address.
on Milwaukee that
Yeah.
went?
Yeah.
Oh, then, no, that's the Prospect
It's
Heights
just north
one.
That's Prospect Heights, really?
I
north
believe so.
of the airport. Well,
It goes like,
Backs up
Yeah.
to the airport.
Yeah,
yeah, I think that one's
but
Prospect
I
Heights.
think, I drove by, I think they're remodeling or something.
Took all the signage down and everything.
Yeah.
So I thought they just
And the-
closed up, and I Googled it, and they can't
and the
even.
Tap House Grill is gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even get a Google hit for the
Yeah,
hotel that
that's
used to be
Prospect
there,
Heights.
so I figured.
Yeah, it's Prospect Heights, half those
Okay.
restaurants, like.
Yeah, but I think they have, on the door, they have temporarily closed, I think, for remodeling or something.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw the same thing and I was kind of surprised.
Find out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and another one that started was Cafe Parlay, if you remember that one, on the southwest corner of Hints and Milwaukee. That gaming establishment, the signs are probably going to go up soon, and I think they started work. So that one is moving along. And then also the VCA Animal Hospital up by the new Starbucks
Oh,
and the
by
Westin.
yeah.
I believe they should be opening soon, fairly soon. They finished everything.
Okay.
I believe it's closed out. And the outdoor doggy area with fire hydrant is in.
All right,
It looks very nice.
all right, if there's nothing else, let's see, what else is coming up in town? Fire Department open house on September 21st, that's before our next meeting, at station, which is now called Station 44 on Milwaukee Avenue, from 10 to 2. And that's all I had. So how about a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Smart and Heiken.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Yay.